Alrighty, hello. Test Monday, please, 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 please study. Let's go ahead and start. So we see that this is a right angle here, which means this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So if this is 4, then this right here is 4. So this 45, 45, 90 triangle right here, let me highlight it so you can see it. How do you go from leg to here? Your y is going to be 4 root 2. Well, if this is 4, then this right here is 4, which means that if this is 6, from here to here is 6, 4 plus 6 is 10. Okay. Next one, we have 15, 27. I'm going to make my little triangle right here. And we're looking for this x, which is actually the same thing as this x right here. Well, if this whole side is 27 and then this whole side is 15, we can do 27 minus 15, and we're going to get 12 for this part right here. So if this is 12, then x is also 12. Okay, on this next one, this is a big think problem. This is, let's just say, a big think problem. So the largest square in the design measure shows 60 by 60. That means that this whole entire thing is 60, which means from here to here, right here to right here is going to be a 30. Okay, so it is a square. Here's the thing. If it's a square, then it is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So this is a right triangle. If this is 30, then the way that I get over here is multiply by root 2. So A is going to be 30 root 2. Well, this B is over here, but this B is the same as this B right here. So this is what we're going to be finding next. If this whole entire thing is 30 root 2, then this little part right here, this also is a right angle, then this little part right here is going to be 15 root 2. So we need to go from side length to hypotenuse. And to do that, we are going to do 15 root 2 times root 2, which is going to give us 15 root 4, which is going to give us 15 times 2. So it's going to be 30. Alrighty, so you just keep doing 45, 45, 90 triangles. Okay, next, list all the lengths for the right triangles and the areas of the squares. All right, well, if this is 225, then let's see, how do I want to do this? If this is 12, this is 12. If this is 225, the square root of 225 is 15. So 12, this is going to be 144. And if this is 12, 15, 5, 12, 13. Is it 5, 12, 13? Let's see. What's 225 minus 144? Oops, here's my calculator. 225 minus 144 is going to give me 81. So that means that this is 81 and my side lengths are 9. So the way I'm going to write this out is 9, 12, 15, and then 81, 144, and 225. Now for this one, the square root of 441, let's figure that out. Square root of 441 is going to be 21. That's my smallest side, so I can go ahead and put 21. The square root of 5625 is going to be 75. That's my hypotenuse. That's going to go over here. And we just need this side right here. So we're going to have to do 5625 minus 441. And then we're going to take the square root of 5184, and we get 72. So 5184. Okay, so right here we're going to put 72. Okay, next, let's rationalize some radicals. So this radical right here, we've got a radical 2 on the bottom, so we're going to multiply the top and bottom by root 2. which is going to give us 5 root 2 over root 2 times root 2 is 2. You cannot simplify this anymore, so it's 5 root 2 over 2. Next, we have 8 over 2 and root 24 over 12. Now, here's the thing. I want you to notice, can I zoom in? Ooh, look at me go. Okay, that you can do outside divided by outside and inside divided by inside. 8 divided by 2 is going to give me 4. 24 divided by 12 is going to give me 2. Do I need to simplify anything else? No. I just had to divide. I don't even have to rationalize. So my answer is 4 root 2. I know I'm talking kind of fast. I just only have so much time for this. So now this one, we are 100% going to have to rationalize. So we've got a root 32 on the bottom with a 5. You can multiply this by 5 root 32, or you can do root 32. I'm personally going to do 5 root 32 because it's going to simplify the most. So in my calculator, I'm going to say in parentheses, is it even on? Parentheses, whoops, oh my God. Oh, this is the dead calculator. Good job, Holland. Okay, here's the real calculator. Parentheses, 5 square root 32, go out of your parentheses, times 5 square root 32, and that's going to give me 800 over 16 times 5 is 80, and then root 32. I'm going to go ahead and simplify 80 into 800. So 800 divided by 80 is going to give me 10. So that ends up with square root of 32 over 10. But now I know that I need to break down my 32. And the biggest square root that goes into 32, I'm going to go to y equals, and I'm going to do 32 divided by x. And my biggest, oh, look, 216. So 2 times 16, which is 4 and 4. So my answer is going to be 4 root 2 over 10. Let me draw a line. Well, again, we can simplify 4 and 10. A 2 goes into both of them. So divide by 2, and we're going to get 2 root 2 over 5. Okay. For my next one, I am going to square both of these because you are distributing it. A square is the opposite of a square root, so we're going to end up with 8 over 12, and that's going to give me 2 over 3. Boop. All right. Now, let's do some word problems. The biggest thing that you need to do is you need to read the directions for what it tells you to round to, if it tells you to round, or, like it says, unless noted, leave answers in simplified radical form. Okay, so an 80-meter tower is to be secured with a wire that will extend from the top of the tower to the ground, 40 meters from the base of the tower. An 80-meter tower, all right, 80. It's to be secured with a wire. Okay, so we're needing to know how long the wire is. With the ground, 40 meters from the base of the tower. So that means this is going to be 40. All right, gives me literally no angle. So this is a Pythagorean theorem problem. All right, x squared equals 80 squared plus 40 squared. And I'm just going to do this in my calculator. 80 squared is going to give me 6400. 40 times 40 is going to give me 1600. So x squared is going to equal 8,000. Now we're going to take the square root of 8,000. And this is perfect because look, it says round your answer to the nearest thousandth. So I don't have to do it in simplified radical form. My answer is literally going to be 89.447, rounds this 2 up to 3. 443 and then my, whatever it's called, is meters. Units. Units, they're called units, everyone. Units. All right, an airplane takes off from an airport when it is directly over a 5,280 feet from the airport. When it's directly over a point, oh, it's directly over, so this would be 5,280 feet. 1 mile from the airport, okay? It has reached an altitude of 650. When it's directly over a point, oh, I'm wrong. When it's directly over the point that far away from the airport. Here's the airport. So the altitude is going to be 650. The bottom is going to be 52800. How far has the plane traveled? So you are looking for this, and you are rounding your answer to the nearest thousandth. This is a Pythagorean theorem problem. I'm not doing that for you again. Next. The building casts a 75-meter shadow. Shadows are on the ground. 75. If the angle from the ground to the sun is 60 degrees, ooh, 60 right here because the sun's up here, right? Find the height of the building. So we're looking for X. So here's the thing, 60, 30. So this is amazing because that means 75 is my short side. The way that you go from short side to long side is multiply by root 3. So 75 root 3 meters. Boop. All right, a kite is 150 feet above the ground. Okay, if the string forms a 60-degree angle with the ground, 60, how much string has been let out? So we're trying to find here. So this is the one where you're going to want to go from 150 to X, and you can't do that. Oh, I'm going to move this up. All right, so you can't go this way, so we got to go this way. So long side to short side, we're going to divide by root 3. So now we have to rationalize that root 3. So we're going to get 150 root 3 over a 3. Well, to simplify this, it's actually just going to be, let's see, what is 150 divided by 3? 50. So we get 50 root 3. Okay, so my short side is 50 root 3. And the way, divide by root 3, the way that you go from short side to hypotenuse is multiply by just 2. So 100 root 3 feet. A ladder leaning against a wall makes a 60-degree angle with the ground. So another 30, 60, 90 triangle. A ladder leaning makes a 60-degree angle with the ground. So this is going to be 60 down here. The base of the ladder is 3 meters from the building. So this is 3. How high above the ground is the top of the ladder? So we are looking for this side. Well, this is our short side. How do you go from short side to long side? You're going to multiply by root 3. So we have 3 root 3 meters. Alrighty. Really, 17? Oh my God, there's 22 questions on this thing. I may not get to all of them. A square gate needs to be reinforced with a diagonal brace. Oh my God. Hello, square, right? We know a square is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. That's like key. Okay? If the gate is 4 feet on each side, 4, 4, 4, 4, how long is the brace? Well, duh. Multiply by root 2, it's 4 root 2 feet. Easy. A parking lot 25 meters long and 12 meters wide is undergoing renovations. I can't speak. The new dimensions of the parking lot can be found by reviewing a triangle from the corner. What is the length of the new side of the parking lot? What? The new dimension of the parking lot can be found by, oh, removing a triangle from a corner. Okay, okay. But like, why? We're just, yeah, no, we're just not. We're not. Okay, number 15. An engineer is in charge of attaching guy wires to a tire. One set of wires needs to be extended at a 45-degree angle to the tower at a point on the ground 80 feet from the tower. What is the length of each wire? Okay, engineer is in charge. one set of wires needs to be extended at a 45, which means this has to be 45. So we've got a 45, 45, 90 triangle. And hang to the tower at which point on the ground? 80 feet from the tower. What is the length of each wire? Boom. How do you go from here to here? Multiply by root 2. 80, root 2. But here's the kicker. Round to the nearest thousandth. It's about to fall. It's about to fall. It's about to fall. I keep grabbing the wrong calculator. Here we go. So we are going to do 80, root 2, enter. And we're going to round this to the nearest thousandth. 113.137. 3.137 feet. A lot of feet going on. Okay, another wire needs to make a 30-degree angle with the tower. 30-degree angle with the tower. So that means that this is going to be 30 up here, and this is 80 on the ground of the tower. How high up the tower does the wire need to be? How high up the tower does the wire need to be? So this time we're going to be looking for the height of whatever. We're looking for this side, not the hypotenuse. So this is short side, and from short side to long side, we are going to multiply by root 3. So 80 root 3. Round to the nearest thousandth. Well, we just did that. Whoops. We are going to do 80 root 3, and we get 138.564 feet. Okay. A ladder leaning against a tree makes an isosceles right triangle with the tree on the ground. Hello, isosceles 45, 45, 90. If the length of the ladder is 12 feet, doop, how far up the tree does the ladder reach? Well, in order to go from hypotenuse, we are going to have to do 12 divided by root 2. So we are going to rationalize, and we get 12 root 2 over 2, which is going to give us 6 root 2 feet. Because 12 divided by 2 equals 6. All right, chugging along. A rope is connected from the top of the building to the ground and makes a 60-degree angle with the ground. 60. If the length of the rope is 110 root 2 feet, find the height of the building. So we have to go from hypotenuse to short side to long side. So hypotenuse to short side, we're going to divide by 2. So we are going to get 55 root 2, okay, because we divided by 2. Now we are going to multiply times root 3. So 55 root 2 times root 3 is going to give me 55 root 6. And it is feet. Find the perimeter of a square if the diagonal has a length of 18 root 3. Okay, again, 45, 45, 90 triangle. Diagonal is 18 root 3. The way that we find the side length is we are going to divide by root 2. So 18 root 3 divided by root 2. We're going to have to rationalize. So we're going to get 18 root 3 times 2 is 6 over 2. 18 divided by 2 is going to be 9 root 6, but it's the perimeter. So we're going to have to multiply this times 4. So we are going to get 36 root 6 centimeters. Okay. Find the length of a side of an equilateral triangle with an altitude of length 10 inches. Equilateral triangle, which means 30, 60, 90. My altitude is 10. Find the length of a side of the equilateral triangle. So this is 30, this is 60. I've got to go from long side to short side. So 10 divided by root 3 times root 3. Root 3 is going to give me 10 root 3 over 3. And then I have to multiply it by 2 to go to my hypotenuse, so times 2. So we're going to get 20 root 3 over 3. Find the height of an equilateral triangle with a perimeter of 27 root 6. So these two questions, a little bit hard, right? So find the height of the equilateral triangle. That means if this is my equilateral triangle, I'm looking for this, but I know that it's a 30, 60, 90 triangle if the perimeter is 27 root 6. Well, I have 3 sides and it's equilateral, so 27 root 6 divided by 3 is going to give me 9 root 6, which means this whole thing is 9 root 6. So that this is 9 root 6. So I'm going to go from my hypotenuse to my short side, which means you're going to hypotenuse, short side, divide by 2. So 9 root 6 divided by 2. Doesn't really work because, I mean, it works. You just can't simplify it. Now, to go from short side to long side, we are going to multiply by root 3. So we are going to get 9 root 18 over 2. Now we can break down 18 to 9 and 2, which means 3 and 3, which means these twins are now going to go out here with 9. So we are going to get 9 times 3 is 27 root 2, because that's what's left, over 2. 27 root 2 over 2 feet. And then it says the perimeter of a square is 9 root 5. Find the length of the diagonal. Well, if my perimeter is 9 root 5, that means I have to divide it by 4. So that means this is going to be 9 root 5 over 4. Okay? Now, I have to find the length of the diagonal. This doesn't reduce down, so that's why we're leaving it over 4. So to go to the diagonal, we are going to multiply by root 2. So 9 root 5 over 4 times root 2 is going to give me 9 root 10 over 4. And I cannot simplify any of that, so 9 root 10 over 4 doesn't give me a distance. And we're done. Test Monday. Good luck.